Welcome to The Stoic Couple, the channel where we dive deep into mastering confidence, self-respect, and unshakable masculinity in the modern dating world. Let's talk about a scenario that leaves a lot of men frustrated and confused. A woman rejects you but continues to show interest. She might say she doesn't want a relationship, yet keeps texting you, checking in, or acting jealous when you start moving on. This back and forth can trap you into thinking you can convince her to change her mind. That's a critical mistake. The truth is, women often test men not just to gauge interest, but to see how you handle rejection. Will you panic, chase harder, and lose control? Or will you stay composed, unbothered, and confident? Your reaction shapes how she perceives you moving forward. If you crumble, she sees weakness. If you remain strong, she begins to question her decision. In today's dating landscape, many women seek validation rather than genuine commitment. They'll reject you, yet keep you on standby enjoying the attention without investing in you. The moment a woman rejects you, your mindset should shift. Stop proving yourself to her. Instead, make her earn your attention and respect. In this video, we'll break down exactly how to respond when a woman rejects you, but still acts interested. You'll learn how to handle the situation in a way that commands respect, shifts the power dynamic, and leaves her questioning her decision. Master these principles, and you'll stop wasting time on women who play games and start attracting the respect you deserve. Let's dive in. Sign number 1. Cut off emotional access. The biggest mistake a man makes when a woman rejects him but keeps acting interested is staying emotionally available to her. She tells you she doesn't want to be with you, yet she still gets to enjoy your attention, validation, and presence. That's a losing game. The longer you entertain her mixed signals, the more power she has over you. The solution? Cut off her emotional access immediately. This doesn't mean being rude or dramatic. It means taking a step back and making her feel what life is like without you. When a woman rejects you, she expects you to linger around, hoping for another chance. She expects you to be available when she's bored. The moment you remove yourself emotionally, she starts feeling the void. She starts wondering why you're no longer engaging with her like before. That curiosity alone makes her rethink her decision. Most men fail this step because they confuse cutting off emotional access with ignoring her completely. You don't have to block her or disappear entirely. You simply stop giving her what she wants most, your attention and emotional investment. If she texts you, don't rush to reply. If she tries to make small talk, keep it short. If she starts talking about her problems, don't play the role of her therapist. She rejected you, so she doesn't get the benefit of your emotional presence anymore. A practical example is this. A woman tells you she isn't ready for a relationship, but still texts you every night asking about your day. Instead of replying like nothing happened, you either ignore it or give her a short, non-engaging response. When she realizes she no longer has your emotional availability, she starts questioning everything. She may even try harder to pull you back in. That's when you know the dynamic is shifting. The goal here is simple. If she doesn't want you as a man, she doesn't get you as a source of emotional comfort. This is the first step to regaining control. Sign number 2. Never seek closure. A man who asks a woman for closure after rejection is a man who doesn't understand power. The moment you chase an explanation, ask her why she rejected you, or try to get her to be honest about her feelings, you put yourself in a weak position. Women don't respect men who need emotional validation to move on. If she rejected you, that's all the closure you need. A woman who rejects you but still acts interested isn't confused. She knows exactly what she's doing. She wants to keep you in her orbit while she explores other options. If she truly saw you as the man she wanted, she wouldn't need time to figure things out. Women act based on emotions, not logic. That means she may reject you in the moment but still want to keep you around for her own benefit. The worst thing you can do is try to talk her into changing her mind. When a man asks for closure, he's looking for a way to convince her to see him differently. But attraction isn't built through logical discussions. You can't talk a woman into wanting you. The more you try to explain yourself, the less attractive you become. Women respond to energy, not words. A strong man doesn't need closure because he understands that rejection is just redirection. He doesn't sit around waiting for an answer. He moves forward without hesitation. Imagine this. You've been talking to a woman for weeks and out of nowhere she tells you she just wants to be friends. But a few days later she's texting you, liking your posts, and even checking in on you. Most men would take this as an opportunity to ask, why did you reject me if you're still interested? But a masculine man does the opposite. He doesn't even acknowledge the mixed signals. He treats her rejection as final and shifts his energy elsewhere. The moment she realizes he isn't chasing her for answers, she starts feeling the loss. This is why walking away with silence is more powerful than any conversation. If a woman truly wants you, she'll make it clear. If she's playing games, the only way to make her rethink her decision is by showing her you don't need her validation. Closure is a trap that weak men fall into. The real power move is leaving without explanation. Sign number 3, make her miss your presence. A woman will never truly value you if she never gets the chance to feel your absence. When she rejects you but still acts interested, what she's really doing is keeping you within reach while avoiding the emotional consequences of losing you. The reason so many men fail in this situation is that they never give her the space to feel what life is like without them. Instead, they stay in her world, hoping she changes her mind. But attraction doesn't grow from constant availability, it grows from scarcity. The moment she rejects you, she expects you to react emotionally. She expects you to ask why, chase after her, or at the very least, remain within her orbit as a backup. But when you suddenly stop texting her, stop reacting to her stories, stop liking her posts, and stop checking in, she starts to feel an unfamiliar emptiness. The comfort of knowing you're always there begins to disappear, and that's when her emotions start shifting. Most men believe that making a woman miss them means playing games, ignoring her messages completely, blocking her, or trying to make her jealous. But that's not necessary. All you need to do is remove your presence in a way that feels natural. Stop initiating conversations. Don't reply instantly. Don't engage with her content. Live your life as if she was never part of it. Women are deeply emotional, and when a man they were once connected to suddenly becomes unavailable, their mind starts racing. Why isn't he chasing me? Did he find someone else? Was I wrong about him? That uncertainty is what creates attraction. A practical example. A woman you've been dating suddenly tells you she doesn't feel the spark anymore. Instead of arguing or asking what went wrong, you simply say, "I respect that," and then disappear. No messages, no emotional responses, just silence. A week later, she says you haven't reached out, and suddenly, she's the one wondering about you. She starts sending, "Hey, how are you?" text just to check if she still has access to you. That's when you know she's starting to miss you. The key to making a woman miss you isn't about trying to manipulate her emotions. It's about showing her that rejection has real consequences. She thought you would stay, but instead, you became unavailable. That absence forces her to reconsider her decision. This is why a man who knows how to walk away always has the advantage. Women don't chase men who are always there. They chase the ones who know when to disappear. Sign number 4. Let her come to you. When a woman rejects you but still acts interested, she is testing to see if she can keep you around without giving you what you want. The biggest mistake a man makes in this situation is chasing her, thinking he can win her over with effort. But that's the exact opposite of what works. A man who truly understands his value knows that if a woman wants him, she must come to him on her own. Women are naturally drawn to men who are not easily won over. The moment a woman senses that you're too eager to respond, too available to engage, or too willing to fight for her attention, she loses attraction. It's not about being rude or arrogant, it's about showing self-respect. If she rejects you, then the only way she should ever get access to you again is if she makes the effort to earn it. That means she has to be the one to reach out, to check in, to ask how you're doing. Most men struggle with this because they fear that if they don't chase her, she will forget about them. But that's not how attraction works. The more you chase, the more she takes you for granted. The more you pull back, the more she starts wondering why you're no longer pursuing her. And once that curiosity builds, she begins to second-guess her decision. A real-world example. A woman tells you she just wants to be friends, but a week later she sends a random text. "Hey, how have you been?" A weak man sees this as a chance to jump back in and rekindle things. A strong man understands that her reaching out doesn't mean she's changed her mind. It just means she's checking to see if he's still an option. Instead of replying right away, he waits. When he does respond, he keeps it brief and nonchalant. He doesn't give her the satisfaction of knowing she still has his attention. When you make a woman come to you, you shift the entire power dynamic. She goes from feeling like she's in control of the situation to realizing that you are the one who decides if she gets another chance. This forces her to put in effort. And when a woman has to work for a man's attention, Her emotions naturally become more invested. A woman respects a man who can walk away. She chases a man who doesn't need her, and she values a man who makes her put in effort. If she rejected you and still wants to act interested, let her prove that she's serious. Stop doing all the work. Let her come to you. Sign number 5. Stay unpredictable. Predictability kills attraction. When a woman knows exactly how you will react, exactly when you will text, and exactly what you will say, she loses interest. Women are drawn to men who keep them on their toes, men who have an element of mystery, an unpredictability. If she rejects you but still acts interested, it's likely because she sees you as someone she can control emotionally. She knows she can reject you today and still have you there tomorrow. That's why you need to disrupt that pattern immediately. A woman's emotions drive her attraction, not logic. This means that if she can easily predict your actions, she won't feel excited or intrigued by you. Most men fail here because they respond to her mixed signals in the same repetitive way, either by chasing her for clarity or ignoring her completely. But a man who understands attraction plays the game differently. He doesn't fall into a pattern she can read. Some days he responds quickly. Other days he takes his time. Sometimes he engages in deep conversations, and other times he remains distant and detached. He keeps her guessing. This doesn't mean playing mind games. It means being a man with a life so full and engaging that your responses to her are naturally unpredictable. One day, you might be available for a quick chat, and the next, you're too busy to reply. You might show interest one moment and then be completely focused on your own goals the next. This keeps her emotionally engaged because she never quite knows where she stands with you, and that uncertainty makes her chase. A practical example. A woman rejects you but continues to text you randomly. Most men would either respond immediately every time or ignore her completely. But a masculine man does neither. Instead, he breaks the pattern. One time, he might reply casually but not carry the conversation. The next time, he might wait hours before responding, keeping his answer short. Another time, he might leave her message unread for a day and then engage when it suits him. This approach forces her to wonder about him, making her more invested in the interaction. Women subconsciously test men by seeing how easily they can predict their behavior. The moment a man becomes too easy to figure out, he becomes boring. But when he remains a little unpredictable, she starts thinking about him more. She starts wondering, what is he up to? Why hasn't he replied yet? Is he losing interest? That emotional shift makes her feel attached to the uncertainty, and that attachment makes her want him more. This is why unpredictable men naturally attract women without even trying. They don't explain themselves, they don't react emotionally, and they don't let a woman feel like she has them completely figured out. That mystery makes a woman think about them nonstop. If you want to regain power when a woman rejects you, but still acts interested, stop being predictable. Stay just out of reach and watch how quickly she starts chasing you. Sign number 6. Stop giving her emotional validation. A woman who rejects you but still acts interested is feeding off your emotional validation. She wants the attention, the reassurance, and the feeling of knowing she still has an effect on you. Many men make the mistake of continuing to give this validation, thinking it will eventually change her mind. But the truth is, as long as she can get emotional satisfaction from you without having to commit, she has no reason to see you as a serious option. Men often underestimate how much women value attention. A woman doesn't always need to be in a relationship with you to feel desired. Sometimes, just knowing that you're thinking about her, waiting on her messages, or still reacting to her mixed signals is enough to feed her ego. This is why she keeps you around even after rejecting you. She enjoys the emotional control she has, the way you respond to her texts, the way you still acknowledge her presence, and the way you show frustration when she pulls away. That reaction is what keeps her interested, not you as a man. If you want to shift the dynamic, you need to cut off her supply of validation. Stop reacting emotionally when she reaches out. Stop giving her compliments when she hasn't earned them. Stop engaging in deep conversations with her when she has already rejected you. The moment you remove that emotional satisfaction, she will feel the loss. Let's look at a real-world example. A woman tells a man she's not interested in a relationship, but continues to send him messages and seek his attention. The weak man continues to respond, still hoping she will change her mind. He listens to her problems, he reacts when she posts something online, and he stays in the conversation even though he's getting nothing in return. But a strong man understands the game. The moment she rejects him, he stops feeding her ego. When she texts, he replies late or sometimes not at all. When she shares personal stories, he doesn't engage emotionally. When she tries to spark a reaction, he remains indifferent. What happens next? She starts to notice the shift. She realizes she can no longer rely on his attention as easily as before. And because she was used to feeling validated by him, the sudden loss creates a sense of emotional withdrawal. Women don't like to feel like they're losing control over a man they once had influence over. That's when she starts chasing because now she's the one seeking validation. This is why emotional control is one of the most powerful tools a man can have. When a woman knows she can manipulate your emotions, she will never take you seriously. But when she sees that you are unaffected by her games, that you don't react, that you remain centered in your own masculine frame, she starts seeing you differently. She starts realizing that she has to offer something real if she wants your attention again. If she rejected you and still acts interested, cut off the validation. Make her feel the loss of your attention. Let her wonder if she ever really had you. That's when the power shifts back to you. Sign number 7. Show her that you have other options. Nothing makes a woman reevaluate her decisions faster than seeing a man who was once giving her attention now focusing on other women. The moment she realizes she is not the center of your world, her entire perception of you changes. A woman who rejects you but still acts interested is playing a game of control. She wants to keep you in her orbit, just close enough to feel wanted, but never close enough to fully have her. But when she sees that you have other options, when she realizes she is replaceable, her mindset shifts from control to competition. Women are naturally competitive when it comes to men they find valuable. They don't want to be just another option, they want to be the most desired option. But most men who get rejected make the mistake of staying stuck on one woman, waiting, hoping, and investing energy into someone who already told them no. That's why she doesn't feel any pressure. She knows you're just waiting around for her to change her mind. The solution? You need to shift your attention elsewhere. The goal isn't to make her jealous, it's to show her that she was never your only choice. Start engaging with other women, whether it's through social media, in real life, or simply through your actions. Let her see that your world is moving forward without her. When she texts, take longer to reply. When she reaches out, don't always be available. When she sees you having fun and enjoying life with other women, she will feel the change. Here's a practical example. A man gets rejected by a woman, but she still keeps texting him. Instead of entertaining her back and forth games, he shifts his focus to meeting new women. He starts posting pictures of himself at events, talking to different girls, and having fun without her. He stops initiating conversations and instead lets her watch from the sidelines. What happens next? She starts to notice. She starts questioning why he's no longer chasing her. She starts wondering who these other women are. And before she knows it, she's feeling something she never expected: jealousy. This isn't about playing childish games. This is about showing her that your life doesn't revolve around one woman. When she sees that other women find you attractive, her perception of your value skyrockets. She starts thinking, maybe I overlooked something. Maybe I was wrong about him. If other women are interested, what am I missing? And that thought process makes her reconsider her initial rejection. This works because women are naturally drawn to social proof. If other women want you, it signals that you are high value. No woman wants to feel like she lost a great man to someone else. That fear of loss is what makes her act. So if she rejected you but still acts interested, stop waiting around. Show her through your actions that you have other options. When she sees that you are a man in demand, she will either step up or step aside. Either way, you win. When a woman rejects you but still acts interested, she is testing your strength, feeding her ego, or keeping you as a backup. The worst thing you can do is play along. Instead, take control, stop chasing, stop giving her emotional validation, and show her that you are a man with options. Women respect men who respect themselves. When she realizes you are no longer available for her games, she will either pursue you or lose access to you completely. Either way, you come out on top. Stay disciplined, stay focused, and never let a woman's indecision control your life. If you're looking to take a deeper dive into these concepts, join this channel. The Stoic Couple. It's packed with powerful insights to help you master your masculinity in today's dating world. Stay strong, stay focused, and protect your power. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.